Hey guys, I am super excited to talk about this now that I have been using it for a little bit and I find that it is working really well for me. So I thought that I would share this with you guys and hopefully it'll help you guys as well. But that is how to use Pinterest, especially as a Beachbody coach, and it can help drive traffic and help you to gain more followers on your other social media platform. First things first is, what is Pinterest? If you're not very familiar with it, I know when it came out, it was super big for everyone, especially the women, to pin a bunch of different crafty things, recipes, you name it. But it's not actually all for women. There are actually, they said 30% or a little bit more than that of men who are on Pinterest as well. So what is it? It is basically a Google search engine. That's how you have to look at it. You know, whatever you would search in Google, you can type into Pinterest and find a lot of the same things that are on Pinterest. So it's not meant to be a social media platform as in, you know, like Facebook and Instagram where you connect with other people. It's basically a place to find information, get ideas. A lot of valuable content is on Pinterest. So it's not, you don't go onto Pinterest and you don't, you know, message everyone and be like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get to, you know, like build a relationship with that person. It's meant to give information, valuable information. So you have to treat it like that. People don't go on there to talk to other people at all. They just pin, you know, things that they are looking for, and they search for things that they are looking for. And of course, it's filled, like I said, with a bunch of creativity, ideas, how-tos. You could get on there, and I could spend hours on there, and I'm sure a lot of other people could too, but you can use it for your business as well. And because I started doing a lot of these things to really use it more for my business, I've noticed a significant increase in not only the people who are following me, but the interactions that I am getting as well, because I know how it works better now. So why Pinterest? Like I said, you're gonna gain more traction to your links and your social media platforms. So how it kind of works is that you have a pin and it is linked to something. And it's all pictures. It's very much like Instagram with pictures, but it has links that you can click and it can go to a website or a web page, a blog. It can link up with Instagram. It sometimes works with Facebook. I haven't done it recently, so it kind of just depends, but it always gave me issues before, but I do know that it works with Instagram. And it obviously works with websites and whatever else you can think of. So when people click on that pin that is linked to that website, for instance, then they can click that link that's attached to that pin, and it'll go directly to that website. So say you have a blog and you have a healthy recipe, then it will directly link to that recipe. So if people want the recipe, they can click through to that link and they will go straight to your blog. Same thing with Instagram. If you put the link of, you know, your Instagram picture onto Pinterest in a pin, if people want to know more and they want to read more of your posts, they can click through and it'll go right to your Instagram. So it's really a good way for you to gain more traffic towards those other social media platforms that you may have. And people find you based on what they are searching for. So you don't need any lengthy description. It's basically whatever you would type into Google. So I'm not going to search, you know, I'm going to search things like healthy, clean eating recipes. I'm going to search chicken recipes and things like that. And these are just things because I am more into recipes and things, but whatever you are more into, that's the kind of description that you would need on your own pins. And then obviously when someone repins your pin, it's basically like sharing your post on Facebook or sharing your Instagram post. So if someone repins your stuff, then that is more exposure for you and it's saved to their board, and those pins last for a very long time. Whereas, you know, like people can search for those and they will keep coming up again and again as long as they are relevant. Whereas Facebook and Instagram, a lot of the times that gets lost in your social media after some time, especially Facebook, it's so swamped with people's timelines and posts that people aren't going to go back through your pictures and be like, oh, what did she post a year ago? People don't do that. Whereas Pinterest, they can look at your board and see the hundreds of things that you've pinned, and those pins are there forever unless for some reason they are deleted. So it's a good way for Instagram and, you know, like your older posts, if they are still on Instagram, someone search for that months down the road, that is linked to that Instagram post. So then they're liking posts that you've, you know, pictures that you posted months ago or even years ago, but it's on Pinterest and it's still gaining you traction and followers. And just like anything else, it's not going to grow overnight. You do need to do a couple of things, and I'll go over that, but it can help you in the long run. And I find that if you know how to use it, then it's more power to you for your website, blog, and your Instagram. So I'm actually going to share my screen because there's actually not just my own page. I'll kind of show you my own page, but also a couple other coaches that I know that use their Pinterest accounts also for the business as well and get ideas and things like that. So let me share my screen here, and I may need to pull it up. I'm just going to go to Pinterest here. All right, so I'm gonna go to my profile and kind of go through this, but so my main thing, you have to know what you are really, what your topics are that you like to talk about, whatever you are passionate about, in order to use Pinterest to its fullest. So for me, that is healthy recipes and weight loss. That is what I'm into. That's what I love. If you want something different, maybe you're really crafty and you like making homemade, you know, house goods, or maybe you like creating things in that way, or maybe you are really into cars, I don't know, but that's what you can use for people to get to know you, and you know, you have pins based on that. So mine is actually all in my name because that's how people are going to find me. So healthy recipes and weight loss is after my name. And I also have my website on here. So I did change my personal Pinterest account to a business Pinterest account because then I can add a website, and that will drive traffic to my website as well. And then obviously now I have, within the last, I think 3 or 4 days, I've had maybe close to 100 or maybe a little over 100 new followers just from changing a couple things around on my Pinterest. And I've already had kind of some boards like built up on Pinterest, so it's not something that just happened overnight. I've had Pinterest for several years and I just never really knew how to use it for business. So I'm going to show you boards. So boards are mainly the places that you will pin your interests and whatever that it is that you are passionate about. For me, I have my blog here because that's everything that is linked to my blog. And then I have weight loss recipes, meal prep ideas and tips, weight loss tips, motivation, inspiration, workout tips, bikini competition because I am into that, and then before and after transformation, business tips, and then of course fashion. So I have clothing, outfits, hair, and makeup, and that's kind of just my theme of things, but yours may look very different from mine, and that's totally fine. There are tons of different things that you can find. There's a lot of different categories actually. I don't know if it'll show me, but you basically pin to these different boards for groups of, there's basically kind of like folders, if that's how you want to think about it, of things that you save that you enjoy, and then also your own things that you pin on here too. So I will say, since I do have one for my my blog and my website, I have other ones from, also YouTube videos are really well that you can pin on here. But I also have things from YouTube of videos that I've done, and I've also done my Instagram posts I put in here as well. A lot of them are either my motivation, inspirational quotes that I make for Instagram, or they are workout tips or meal ideas that I have as well. So it's just kind of what I have in what I like to pin. So I'm trying to think here what I was going to show you. Okay, so there's a couple other coaches that use this. Melanie Mitro, she pins hers on here. I gotta go to people here. Oh, did I type that in wrong? Melanie Mitro. I'm sure I could find it. She has quite a few on here. Yeah. Committed to Getting Fit is what she has it under, I believe, instead of Melanie Mitro. That's why I couldn't find her. But hers links back to her website, and she has different boards here as well. So books, products she loves, style for the home, fitness motivation. So a lot of like the different programs that come out, because that's one of the things that happens too is people, when they want to find results from new programs that are coming out, they're looking on Pinterest, they're Googling, you know, Sean Week results, that kind of thing. So if you're pinning that stuff on Pinterest, that usually goes pretty high in Pinterest because people are already searching for that kind of thing. So you have to think about what people are searching for and ask yourself, what would someone else type in to find it? Eating clean, randomness. So she has a lot of different things. It's not quite like mine is, but she has quite a bit. But that's the other part of it. Nothing has to be exactly the same. There's another one you guys may know, Coach Tulin. She does really well with this. As you can see, she has 11,000 followers, and look at her boards. She has less than I do, and she's doing fantastic. And, you know, she does exercise modifications, plus size health, plus size fitness, plus size exercise. And these are mainly of just hers. Plus size yoga, short hair, because that's her, and then bullet journaling, which she enjoys. So these are all things about her, and she does really well at putting that on Pinterest and growing that, because it all links back to, I'm pretty sure, her website as well. If I can... So if I click through the pin and then click it again, it should go to whatever that is linked to. Team Emery. Yeah, so it goes back to her website, and people who go to your website can find out more about who you are that way. So even if it has nothing to do with health and fitness per se, but it goes back to your website, people can get to know you more there. And then exit out of that. So you probably should ask yourself a couple of questions here. And that is, one, who are you trying to attract? So are you trying to attract people that are, you know, just like you, that are interested in those couple of things that you are really passionate about? Why do people follow you on your other social media platforms? You know, why do people follow you on Instagram? Why do people want to follow you on Facebook? Whatever it is, that's kind of going to help guide you in the direction of what you should be sharing on Pinterest and what you should be repinning. Obviously, what are you passionate about? So what you need to do is, if you already have a Pinterest account, change it to a business account, because then you are going to be able to see your analytics, which is good. It's kind of like if you have a Facebook like page, you can see who is interested in your page, who is looking at your stuff. So for me, it's showing my Pinterest profile. I've, you know, went up 93.19%. My average daily impressions, that's people who have seen my posts and things like that. Viewers, that went down. But you can see down here, so my top pins in the last 30 days, my top one is actually one of my own, which is super awesome, and that is the Angel Food Protein Cake. I pinned this, and I had posted it on Facebook, the pin for it, because people wanted the recipe. So they repinned it, and now it has, what is it? It's been saved to 95 different boards. So it's almost to 100, and it directly links back to my website for the recipes. So I'm getting a lot of traction on this post alone, and I have it repinned and looked at least 5 to 10 times a day. So it's growing pretty rapidly, and I've had it posted there for, I don't know, a month or so now. So that is kind of how it works. But if you are just creating a Pinterest or you changed it to a business account, then change your boards around. So like I said, you need to use keywords that other people would use. What are people trying to find you for? So like I said, my main focus is healthy recipes and weight loss. So when I created my boards, I'm like, what are people going to want from me? What ideas or tips can I give to other people? And that is, healthy weight loss recipes, meal prep ideas and tips, weight loss tips. Those are things that people are going to want from me. So I have boards created for those things. Also my quotes and things like that. So that's kind of how I created my boards on that. Now you can create more boards and make them private as well. I do have more boards, and these are ones that I had before I knew how to really use Pinterest. So what I did is I made them secret, so that no one else can see these but me, but I can still pin to them if I choose to, but no one else is going to see them besides me. So if you do create a secret board and you save something to it, since no one else is going to see them, no one else is going to be able to share that pin. Just keep that in mind. They will only be able to share whatever you have that they can see. And then let's see. And then of course, pin stuff. So you can just share your stuff, but it is better when you share other people's stuff too, and kind of helping out in that way, because basically the golden rule is just like, Facebook, you share 80% about your life and then 20% about, Beachbody. Pinterest is a little bit different, but kind of the same. So you would share 80% of other people's pins and repinning those kind of things, and then 20% of your own that are directly linked to your blog, to your post of whatever it is. So that way that you don't just have your stuff on there, but you are sharing the love with other people as well. It actually helps you a lot, because if you are pinning, like if I go to my recipes, you can see like this sweet potato breakfast bowl has over 6,000 pins. So that one's getting a lot of traction. And so by pinning that, people that follow me can repin that from my page as well. So it kind of helps me out, and it also helps the person who created that pin out. The other tip is that long posts like this are much better than the horizontal ones. They show up on the Pinterest newsfeed a lot better. You can create these and have like the dimensions of this. If you go to canva.com to create those pictures, they will have a template for you to be able to create the long posts like this. And let's see, and change your descriptions. So just like you changed your board descriptions, change your pins descriptions. So I'm going to show you one of mine from my website. So for me, I'm going to say this healthy, I clicked through to it too much. So for this, like I changed the description, 21-day fix approved, 4-ingredient, healthy frozen peach yogurt. That might not be the best example, but like this one, turkey burrito bowl recipes, simple dinner recipes, healthy clean eats, 21-day fix approved, portion fix. That's what people are going to search when they're trying to find these kind of recipes. So that is what I'm putting in the description, because that's what people are going to search. You don't have to elaborate and make it a long description, because these descriptions are going to go back to that link that it is linked to. And I think that was it. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to comment below and let me know what your questions are so I can answer those. I am super excited to get more into Pinterest, and kind of just every day I'm sharing on Instagram, so that is getting linked to Pinterest, and then of course I'm making my website posts as well, so that is getting linked here. And it has been working really well and driving more traffic to those things, which is always a bonus. So other than that, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great day.